tutup ya. Good day, everyone. We are still waiting for the other Britzoners to come and join us before we officially begin the class today. So feel free to prepare for today's class. Maybe grab some coffee or have water or anything, because we're still waiting for the other Britzoners to come. Guys, can you open the camera? Because I think I'm the only one who opened the camera around here. Come on, guys. Hi, Kak Sofia. Thank you for opening the camera.
Yeah.
Sophia, how was your week?
Sure.
It's the weekend. How was your week?
It was great, but yeah, it's kind of boring because I'm just playing with my cat.
What?
So yeah, that's why I'm coming here.
Hey, don't.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, but hey, don't be rude. Playing with the cat is never boring, okay?
Okay, okay.
Thank you for sharing, Kak Sofia. Oh my God. How about
Yeah,
Kak Dina?
my
How was your week?
pleasure.
I heard your week was very exciting, Kak Dina.
It was, but it ended up being traumatizing. So,
But how is it traumatizing?
because I got quite a lot of criticism in the past 1 week, so it's quite hard.
Can we know who criticized you?
Is it okay though? It's going to appear on YouTube. So yeah, guys, I just did my thesis defense.
Woo!
And yeah, alhamdulillah. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. So congratulations for Kak Dina for finishing your study ya. So how was the thesis defense went? So you told us that it was traumatizing.
Because there's quite a difference among the lecturer themselves. So they are actually debating about the concept, but then they kind of ngelampiasin to me and my research. So yeah, I got like almost like 1 hour full of criticizing my research and the methods that I use.
Oh, I cannot imagine being in your position. I'm going to have my thesis defense in a few weeks from now. I hope that it won't be just the same as how yours went.
Amin, Kak. Recollect.
Thank you. How about the others? Hi, everyone. Hi, Kak Yasrin. How was your week?
Hello, Kak Rama. Great. Great.
Come on, elaborate more. It cannot be just great. There must be some explanation.
Oh, actually, for this week, I don't have a lot of work, so I just chill all day. And right now, I'm in my parent house.
Oh, that's pretty great. Just a time to rest, ya Kak Yasrin. Just a chill week. I am so grateful that many of you have a chill week like Kak Sophie and Kak Yasrin. How about the others? Everyone, please, if you can, please open your camera so that I can see your face. How about Gandhi? Hi, Gandhi. How was your week?
Hi there. Well, till now, nothing is it's been pretty much great. And yeah, nothing's pretty much happening. Just normal, good old days. Going to school and then going home back and studying and stuff like that. And yeah, just normal life.
Normal life. How is the new school years getting you? Like, is it exciting?
Well, yeah, I would say it's pretty exciting to me, and there's a I got a examination, to move to a mid year exam, coming in like some months, maybe some weeks before. But yeah, and then next week my school just started a camping, camping event, and yeah, camp, stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Gandhi. I hope that your next week and the upcoming weeks will be just as nice as
Yeah, thank you
week.
so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you so much for sharing. How about the others?
I don't know what
We
to do.
have Kak Dian, our very loyal member, Kak Aldi, Kak Alfrida, Kak Elfridans, if I'm not mistaken, Kak Almira, Kak Ani.
How about yours?
My week was, what did I do this week? Oh, I was I actually was pretty anxious because I was waiting for my thesis defense, right? As I told you before, as I mentioned, I have finished my script C like a few weeks ago, and then now I'm just in the middle of waiting for my thesis defense in uncertainty because I don't know when it will be held. But at the same time, I also did my job as a professional master of ceremony. I had a few of great events it's still on the G20 roads of series of events, the series of events of the G20. And it was pretty great. So I think it was a pretty great week, just full of anxiety because living in uncertainty. I just want to get rid of the mahasiswa status so bad. How about the others? Hi, Zaki. Guys, if you can, please open your camera, yeah, so we can talk just a little bit more nicely because I really want to see your face. So before we are going to officially start the class, I just want to quickly deliver some announcements. So if you are new to Britzone or you may not be familiar with Britzone, we have some tradition, and they are written in these announcements. So everyone, welcome to the largest English community in Indonesia, that is Britzone English Club. So in Britzone, we have 3 values that we embrace so much. We are a free and open platform on English education. Free means that we do not gain any profit from conducting the class, and we are open for everyone from any background, from any ethnicities, any English level. We accept and we celebrate everything. And we are based on volunteerism, means that everybody who is engaged in Britzone, be it the committees or the conductor, we are volunteer. We do not gain any profit from running the class. So in Britzone, we have 3 different classes. The first one is Britzone Speaking Academy, which happens every Tuesday starting at 7 p.m. Online, where it focuses on public speaking matters like speech, debate, interview, and such as. And then the second one is Britzone English Betterment Series, where it happens every Wednesday starting at 7 p.m., where it touches 4 skills in English including listening, reading, writing, and also speaking. And also, last but not least, we have Britzone Fun Day class, which happens every Saturday, which happens every Saturday starting at 11 a.m., where we discuss about various fun topics, including the one that we are going to discuss today. And also, we are on social media. We are on almost every social media platform there is. We are on Instagram, where we mainly share about our daily activities and also our upcoming events like the Britzone Festival and also our upcoming classes. We are also on YouTube, on Twitter, Clubhouse. We also run our own website and our own Spotify podcast. And as I mentioned before, we do not gain any profit from running the class. However, we still need to find a way to gain funding to run our events and such as. So we have the Britzone merchandises, where we offer so many cool stuff for you to have, including a t-shirt, tote bag, sticker pack, and notebook. All you have to do to own our merchandises is just go to our separate Instagram, which is at Britzone Merch. We're also on Shopee, or you can also scan to order. We have the QR code here, so if you wanna just directly buy our merchandises, just go on the QR. And also, we are very grateful to be sponsored by the Library of the Education and Culture Ministry, where we are going to help our offline class soon. Yeah, it's still in our book to move back to our former home, that is Perpustakaan Kemendikbud. But as for now, do not worry, because we are still able to sign up to becoming the member and to access the impressive resources, including the 32,000 book collection, audio and video collection. And then we have our after class tradition, which is taking picture together. And also we are going to send our feedback link to the WhatsApp group that we have gathered there. So please do fill out the feedback form so that we can conduct our next class better. Okay, that's all of the announcement that I have for today. Once again, welcome to our regular Saturday Fun Day class. And now we are going to move to the session of today, which is the presentation session. But just quickly, I just want to ask everybody here, what do you think about studying abroad in Southeast Asia? We're not talking about the Europe or the America. Right now, we're talking about Southeast Asia. What do you think? Are you interested in maybe studying in another country, but still in the Southeast Asia region? And how do you think it will impact you? What do you think, Kani?
Okay, so I think it's a good idea, since we can travel, fast if we want to back and forth between the countries and Indonesia, between the countries that we want to study and Indonesia. And if I have to choose, I think I want to study in Singapore.
And why is that? Why Singapore?
Because first thing first, Singapore is, there are, I think, 1 or 2 university that is worldly ranking in 10, Big 10. So yeah.
Singapore is pretty great though.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Kani. How about Kak Debbie? Hi, Kak Debbie. I think Kak Debbie is in Mekah right now.
Sorry.
Kak Debbie, are you interested in studying abroad, but still in Southeast Asia region?
Yes, maybe.
Why do you think the Southeast region, why do you think studying in the Southeast Asia region is better than studying abroad in anywhere else in the world?
Maybe the first, I think the culture not too different in our country, and maybe the food not too different. I think I get the fine food like our country, and also not too far, and maybe I think it's not so expensive either another country.
Okay, that's pretty great. Thank you for sharing, Kak Debbie. So we have
Bye.
great access, and then the food is not so different, so that we can it's easier for us to find food that we think is more acceptable for our tongue, yeah. And
Yeah.
also there are a lot of great universities around Southeast Asia, and I just wanna give the screen to our very own conductor, which is Muti, to explain to us, are those assumptions about studying abroad in Southeast Asia, are they true or not? Take your time, Muti.
Okay. Hi, Rama. Maybe you can start sharing the screen.
Sure.
So, okay, I'm going to start now, yeah. So, hi, everyone. How are you today? I hope that you're doing great. Nice to hear that. Okay, nice to meet you guys. It's always been my pleasure to be here. So today I'm going to share my 6 years journey of studying abroad in Malaysia. So next. Okay, so before I start, I would like to briefly introduce myself. So my name is Mutiara Puteri Pribadi. Most of my Indonesian friends usually call me Muti, and most of my international friends usually call me Tiara. So I have two names, guys. So speaking of my educational background, I pursued my secondary school at Al-Azhar Islamic School, Pejaten. Then I pursued my bachelor degree in corporate communication at the University Putra Malaysia, and also continued to do my master in human resource development at the same place. So next. So why study abroad? So there are actually four main things that I want to do. So I want to study overseas because I want to experience, all the international travel. So by studying abroad, I feel like I have a very special opportunity to see more of the world, and I could also travel to many fascinating places that I've never been before. So besides that, I also want to experience different culture, to feel what it's like to be part of a community other than my own. So experiencing different cultures gives me a lot of benefits, such as like cultural awareness and cultural acceptance and many other great things. And most importantly, I want to get the best, the highest quality education, because I feel like a quality education will provide the outcomes needed for individuals, communities, societies to prosper. And last, obviously, I want to have better career opportunities as well. So next, Rama. So why Malaysia, Mutiara? Why not other country? So guys, here's the thing. The cost of studying and living in Malaysia is comparatively lower than any other countries, such as like Australia, US, UK, and etc. And I could confidently say that it was a lot cheaper compared to what the normal college students in Jakarta would pay. So that's a good thing to know, right, guys? And next, and Malaysia has so many top-notch higher education institutions that have been, equally internationalized to follow international standard. So this global standard will prepare many of the graduates from Malaysian universities to find a better career or job, like literally around the world. So last one, I choose Malaysia because it's near to Indonesia, so I can go back and forth from KL to Indonesia and vice versa. If let's say, I have a very urgent emergency that require my immediate presence. And the next. And why University Putra Malaysia? So after I have done my research, I could say that UPM has the most fulfilling international environment because it has so many international students coming from 80 different countries around the world. Also, I also believe that it's also a fact that UPM has a variety of international research collaborations, making it one of the best research and development universities in Malaysia. And in fact, there were so many research findings and products that have been produced by UPM and actually successfully been commercialized to the public. So that's one of my reasons why I choose University Putra Malaysia. And next, this is another reasons I want to study UPM because it ranks 4th as the best universities in 2020 in Southeast Asia. So it has a really good reputation around my area, in Southeast Asia. So okay, next. So today I'm gonna explain my 3 years journey as an undergraduate student in UPM, as well as my another 3 years journey as a postgraduate student in UPM. And I think it will be very interesting if you pay attention closely, okay? So, okay, next. Okay, so after getting into UPM and landing for the very first time in Malaysia, I was aware that I needed to learn more about Malaysian culture, in order for me to blend in. So believe me, guys, although Malaysia is the closest related sister or brother of Indonesia, as most people would say, there were so many distinctions that would set Malaysia and Indonesia apart. And so many things that I was not familiar with, not used to, and honestly looked foreign to me at first. And in order for me to survive my bachelor years, there are 4 main goals, which are observation, exploration, adaptation, and applications that I plan to do in Malaysia. So next, okay. So what I did in my first year living in Malaysia was to observe, the local custom, the local cultures, especially in my campus, right? So I observed my surroundings by observing how my Malaysian friends and my lecturers dress up, how they communicate in Bahasa Malaysia, what are the do's and don'ts, and many other things. So this is also applicable to my international friends, as I love to observe and learn a variety of cultures that they bring to class, be it their local languages, their cultural outfits, their own beliefs and religions, and many other things that I could learn from them. So in UPM alone, the population of local student is approximately 21,000 students, and the population of international student approximately like 6,000 students. So you can imagine how diverse the culture are. And believe me, guys, each of the local and international student has their own distinctive characteristic or way of life that is very, very interesting to observe. And this observation stage is really important to me, as it allows me to, carefully understand a new culture better, so that I could minimize or avoid doing things that are perceived disrespectful to certain people. And most importantly, this observation helps me to find common ground with the locals and my and international students too, so that I could be friends with them. I think starting a new friendship would be a lot easier if I have similarities and that I could connect with them. And I always bear in mind that misunderstandings do a reality. It always happens. That obviously I cannot avoid, but it can be reduced through sensitivity and careful communication. So besides getting to know the local customs, I think understanding the country's laws as well as the university rules and regulations is very important as well. So understanding these basic rules and regulations really helped me to stay out of trouble. So in Malaysia and in UPM itself, I learned that I could not do anything as I pleased. For instance, if I want to park my vehicle around the campus, I cannot simply park it in any spots of the streets. So I have to park it in the designation parking spaces provided for the students and the public. Otherwise, I could get fined, and my vehicle was clamped by the police. And this is just like a very basic law that I have to follow as a foreigner myself. And another simple rules and regulation that I followed was the university dress code. So there were a lot of unfortunate circumstances where the lecturers wouldn't let students to take their exam, and even the lecturers would kick the student out of the class because the students were wearing something improper and simply not following the dress code. So understanding this rules and regulations really saved my life. And as an international student, I need to be careful, with my actions because somehow what I've done would give people perception of three things that I represent: my family, my country, and my religion. So during my observation phase, I found so many interesting findings. I found out that Malaysia's slang language was very different in Indonesia. Rama, I would test your knowledge. Can you understand the word, the Malaysian slang language that I put in the slide? Maybe the first word. Do you understand what does that mean?
Is it like no?
Yes, correct.
Oh, yeah, I was just guessing. I thought X was tak.
Yes, correct. How
Oh,
do you
is it?
know? Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
right.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah, guys. So this is how my Malaysian friends would text me. Like they would just use the X for tak. So it's very interesting because at first it was very confusing. Like what is X? I even Googled it and I found nothing.
So how do you say it? Tak lah?
Tak boleh. So it's
Tak
like
boleh.
a short word for tak boleh.
Tak boleh. Oh, okay. That's short. Yeah. I thought it
Yeah.
was just a simple no, and I thought why don't they just type no? I think it will be much more convenient than X leh. Tak boleh.
Oh, can I
Tak boleh.
pronounce
Okay.
it all? Okay, can. So the first word
Can.
means tak boleh, means cannot. The
Cannot.
second one means sebab or karena or because.
Oh.
So this is how they say it in written form, SBB. So
I thought it was sorry baru balas.
that's how we use it, right? And then the third word means mereka, or in Malaysia they call it dia orang.
Orang.
Yes.
Oh.
And the last one is masyuk. Masyuk is like an expressions if your friends have so much money and they're rich, like, oh, you're very masyuk. It's like a slang word.
Wow, the more you know. Today I learned.
Yeah, and also notice on the right side of the word there is a dress code. So this is how usually my local friends will dress up, guys, be it my friends, my lecturers, and everything. And I thought at first baju kurung was mainly for attending corporate events, but they actually wear it any time of the day, and it is actually a dress code set by my universities. And the right one, if you don't know what is a vehicle clamp, this is what it look like, and this is what you normally get if you park as you please. You'll find your vehicle get clamped. So okay, next. So after observing all of the local customs, rules, and regulations, I explored many things that I could do in UPM to gain new experiences. So in UPM, there were thousands of academic and non-academic activities, guys, that I could try. I remember that I first explored all of the, availability courses, co-curriculars, and many more. And I also explored the facilities provided by my university to the students that I can make use of. And the first main idea of this exploration stage was for me to really understand the possibilities and options that I can get the most out of my freshman life, and to allow myself give my try to experience new things or new activities that I've never tried before. So more importantly, this exploration phase also helped me to get to know myself better. So just like any other youth or teenagers, I was first a bit clueless about who I was. I was very shy, and to be honest, I did not entirely know myself back then, and I did not have anything to offer to the table. So I used this exploration time to find out what are the things that I like and enjoy the most, and what are the things that I dislike. And understanding these two things really helped me to focus on mastering skills and activities that I really keen into, and those activities that actually bring me pure enjoyment when doing it, and in returns it helps to result in more achievement. So understanding my preferences helped me also set my boundaries and limit on how far could I go. And interestingly enough, this exploration phase also helped me discover new things that I never thought I would like. So it's kind of like broadening my existing knowledge, skills, experience, and hobbies. And I could say that I was growing slowly into the better version of myself. So next.
Okay, so guys, here is the real deal, a real deal, sorry. So here is the courses that I took during my second year of my bachelor degree. As you guys can see, I took Spanish class as my additional second language. I also took academic writing, rhetoric and style, and karaoke in English to enhance my English skills. As for my co-curricular, I decided to take up basketball at the time. I don't know why, but I felt like I wanted to try to do basketball. So next. So just in case if you guys are curious, I listed out some of the extracurriculars that my campus provides. So if you like entrepreneurship, you could take handicraft or batik canting. If you like, if you love culture, you can take theater and stage drama. If you love leadership, you can take event management. If you love public speaking, you can have a try the art of argument. If you love volunteering, you can help volunteering development. And the most famous one is the sport one. You could try hockey, golf, bowling, archery, horse riding, equestrian, and you can also try community service. Yes, in my university, they have golf, they have, horses that you can, try just to, just to get the first experience. How does it feels like, And then next. Sorry.
Oops, sorry guys.
It's fine.
Where was it?
I
This
think
one?
so.
Okay.
14, yeah. Next. Okay, so here's the list of the language courses in UPM that all of the UPM students could take. So you can learn Arabic, Chinese, German, French, Tamil.
Are they free?
Myanmar. Yeah, they're free. So they're a part of the requirements of you to graduate. You have to have at least two second languages courses. You have to take that. So if you don't take that, you will not graduate. so, so during my time, I took Malay language because it was easy to score A, right? So
Yeah.
I took Spanish, and I took Arabic, I took Myanmar. So it was, but the best one obviously Spanish, because I started to like Spanish. I don't know, for some reasons.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I
Fine.
once learned Spanish, and it was actually pretty fun because it was very similar to English, right? But it's just English with a little twist.
True.
Okay, it's gone.
Because the alphabet of Spanish language is the same with Indonesian.
Yeah.
They say A, B, C, D, so it's easier
Yeah.
for us to learn. So after understanding the local cultures and gaining new experiences, I began to grow accustomed or being adapted to the culture of my surroundings. So at this adaptation stage, I felt like my daily activities become my routines, and the customer cultures of my surroundings are accepted as my other way of living. So I began to speak Bahasa Malaysia more fluently and oftenly to my local friends, and this allowed me, right? And Elfrida said Spanish is hard. No, it's not hard if you want to learn it. so so not only to Malaysian cultures, I also began to grow accustomed to the international cultures that UPM upholds. So I was somehow being, internationalized by the global exposure that I had in my campus and by the continuous interactions I had with my international friends. And to me, being adapted feel like, diving into something or someone really easily up to the level that it felt like it was free from freedom. So without a limitation that I previously had on my thinking and actions, I felt like new challenges become some things not to dread. So it's less scary, guys, but to seize and enjoy working through. And because of this positive mindset that I had, being adapted to many cultures for sure gave me a lot of advantages. And one of them is, to boost my confidence to do anything. Since I mastered both Malaysian and English language, I could jump into any settings that I want to. I was very confident because I know my abilities, I know my self-worth. And at this stage, I felt like I could conquer any part of the world because of my high level of confidence, there were a lot of opportunities offered by my surroundings, like my lecturers, my classmates, and they somehow appointed me to, to be the leaders in any class projects that I have. So it was a privilege to take the roles, and yeah, I was basically being the leader, the head project on every classes project in any class, in any of my classes, and become the class representative, the middleman between the students and the lecturer. So next. So here are a few examples of class projects that I led during my third semester. On my left side was a group project to write a press release. So I was in charge of structuring the flow of the information, designing the press release, as well as creating the main idea of the press release. And on my right side was my baby, was a group project that my friends and I were assigned to observe how companies do after being hit by a crisis. So the case that we chose, which was based on my idea, was the loss of prime land in Jalan 𝒀𝒏𝒄𝒂𝒓. So this was actually a big news, guys, in Indonesia, and this was actually trending at the time. So we were so lucky to be able to interview a very important person in the government section that handled this case. And believe me, guys, writing this report is very challenging because there are so many private and confidential information that I cannot disclose to the public. So you can imagine the amount of revisions I had. So it was a lot. So next. So things I have learned from my observation to adaptation phase landed me the first most interesting internship experience ever. So I was accepted to be part of the Mercedes-Benz Malaysia PR and corporate communication team for 6 months. So the job that I was assigned was ranged from like drafting press release, pitching weekly, seasonal media test drive to the media partner, and also including driving all of the new Mercedes cars that were newly sent from Europe, preparing marketing reports, basically any PR job that you can think of. So in this application stage, it's all about expanding what you know, guys, and making a real contribution, or putting your you can simply putting your theories that you learn from university into real world practice. So during my internship, apart from honing my professional skills as a PR, I also had the opportunity to forge important professional connections with the fellow media. For instance, from a very high-end magazines such as Harper's Bazaar, Tatler Malaysia, Lifestyle Asia, Prestige Malaysia, and many more. And from the online newspaper sections, I've worked with the Straits Times, the Star, the Age, and many more. And these were just a few names that I could remember, guys, but the actual list was really more than that. So not only to the media people, I also have worked with several German friends that also did internship in Mercedes-Benz as well, that still keep in touch with me to this day. So networking is obviously a great way, guys, to build valuable relationship as I begin my professional career, right? So the contacts that I've been acquired, the relationship that have been developed can help me find a job after graduations, and probably can on my I can connect with them with new opportunities down the road. So networking is about more than just exchanging hellos. It's about building lasting professional relationships. So next. So during my internship, I handled a lot of Mercedes-Benz Malaysia events. One of them was Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. And I also handled 8 back-to-back car launches within 6 months of my internship. And that was crazy, guys. So you can see all of the cars. Yes, if you ask me if I have driven them, yes, I have. I tried everything. and the last picture on the right, on your right side of your computer, is the picture that I took with all of the, not all of the, but a few of the interns in my company in Mercedes. So yeah, that's me. So next. So bachelor graduation ceremony. This was the most awaited moment where all of my sleepless nights, unlimited class projects, and homeworks finally ended. and I finally graduated with the second class honor in Bachelor of Communication. So you guys are making it into graduation day, walking across the graduation stage, transforming from students to alumni was one of my biggest accomplishments. And indeed, to me, a great, yeah, Danny, that's 𝒂𝒓𝒔𝒂𝒓𝒏𝒈, correct. Sorry. And indeed, to me, graduation was more than a ceremony. It was a very special day for me to celebrate my accomplishments and sit beside, all of my peers and friends that have been by my side one last time before we all went our separate ways. So if you ask me how I felt when I graduated, it was a mixture of happiness, at the thought of graduating itself, and sadness at the thought of, living my uni lives and my friends. But I always ask myself to look at the bright side, because having finished university opens up endless excellent options out there that I could take as I move on to my next chapter. So next. So here's the sneak peek of my graduation ceremony, and this is what it looked like. So if you're wondering who's the guy giving me the scroll, he was the Royal Highness Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah Al-Hajj, the current Sultan of Malaysia, state of Selangor. So he attended my graduation, he gave me the scroll, and also another very important person that attended my graduation was the CEO of AirAsia, Fernandez. Yeah, I forget his name. So yeah, it was the coolest moment of my life. So next. Yeah, I know, right, Elfrida? It's the real Sultan, not the sultans that we all see in Instagrams, in Facebook, in any social medias. So after finishing my bachelor degree, I decided to continue my master in human resource development. So my main goal that I set during my master degree was to go extra mile, academically and non-academically, to basically, challenge myself in making the uncomfortable comfortable. So next. So in terms of my academic endeavor, I first wanted to get a 4 flat for my CGPA, just because, I was curious about the feeling of having a perfect score for the very first time. And surprisingly, I did it. I get a 4 flat for my CGPA 3 times during my master degree. And what I did to achieve my goals was to really enjoy the learning process and always make meanings of my learning. This is the most important one. Making meanings means making meaningful connections between what I've learned and what I've experienced. So I always make everything that I learn in my classes into something really personal that I would remember for the rest of my life. So if you see if you read my final exam paper, you would see that it looked like a diary, literally, with the inclusion of, extra scientific reference, obviously from scholars. So next. Wait, okay, no, before that, still in the same page. Okay. Moreover, in terms of my non-academic endeavor, my main goal was to break the stigma of saying that, postgraduate students were only great at school, but not at the real world work. So to break this stigma, I decided to intern into several companies while studying for my master degree. So throughout my of graduate study, I've been interning at 2 different multinational companies in Malaysia, such as 𝒂𝒏𝒆𝒚 and ADA Asia. Just to give you guys a little taste of it, I would like to explain my experiences interning in 𝒂𝒏𝒆𝒚. So in 𝒂𝒏𝒆𝒚, I was responsible for all of the marketing operation activities in Line Shopping Indonesia. Yes, I've worked with Line Shopping Indonesia team before, from analyzing the content trend, designing content strategy, and blah blah blah. And I work closely with the graphic designer and the team every day to ensure the quality of the content that will be published in Line Shopping Indonesia. So during my internship period with 𝒂𝒏𝒆𝒚, I was once selected to be the best employee of the month, which is really, I thought at first it was really impossible to do, and it was announced by the CEO of 𝒂𝒏𝒆𝒚 himself, Mr. David, and because of my great performance, my internship period were extended, and I was entrusted to handle the project a bit longer. So next. So besides interning, I've also joined many Indonesian and Malaysian students organizations as possible to break the stigma. So in total, I have joined 8 different organizations during my postgraduate study. I've joined 5 in five Indonesian student organizations and 2 Malaysian student organizations. So in those 5 Indonesian students organization, I was entrusted to to take up some leadership roles, such as like being the manager of the public relations, being the head of digital and print media press, and being the head of the external media relations, and also being the vice president. And moreover, for my other 2 Malaysian student organization, I was selected to become the student representative council, or the BEM, for all of the postgraduate students in my university, and I was a part of my parliament Muda and become their first international media relation officer. So long story short, because of my endless contributions to my university and to the surroundings, to Indonesia, I was recently awarded to become a finalist for the 𝒂𝒏𝒆𝒚 Award in UPM in my university. It was just like I think it was 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. It was very recent. So next. So to sum it up, to be successful is not impossible. It's very possible if you can study smart and not hard. If you attended all of the classes and not being lazy, not procrastinating things, and if you can active in continuously making contributions to your surroundings, and if you manage to build connections with a lot of important people. So next. So I think that's all, guys. You might if you have any inquiries or if you have any questions about studying or living in Malaysia, you are very welcome to contact me, at my Instagram, my Facebook, my LinkedIn. You can also email me if you want, if you have like a long story that you want to tell me and you want my opinions, you are very welcome. So next. Okay, so thank you guys for listening to my stories, and I'll pass the mic to Rama. Rama, go ahead. Rama, you're on mute.
Oh my God, it's happening again. Thank you so much, Muti, for sharing to us about your experience on studying abroad in Malaysia. I think guys, Muti is a great example of an international student who is not only studying but also gaining experiences as a student and making the best out of her time in Malaysia. So please give it up to Muti, our very amazing conductor for today. I also would like to welcome many of the new members here that has just joined our conversation today, just when Muti was explaining her materials. So guys, we have a few minutes for the Q&A session. So if you have any question for Muti, please raise your hand. So I will call your name and you can deliver your question directly. But before that, I would like to ask Muti, I'm very curious about how is the interaction between the international students, Muti? Are they do they talk to each other, or do they only talk to their friends from the same country?
So the interactions went very smooth because we were kind of like on the same page, where we came to the university to to make friends. So there was no reasons for them to not talk to you and things like that. And sometimes even some of them were very friendly, and somehow it looked very weird to me. But it's just because of so many cultural differences that we have among us. So yeah, that's all of my questions. My answer. I hope I answered, Gerson.
Okay. Do they treat you differently there? Just because you're Indonesian or from another country?
No, because in one class we have like a lot of countries, so we're just like the same. Like you and me,
Oh.
we're all international students, so there's no
So just because you're from another country, you're not special.
nah. But
Because
it
there
just
are a lot of international students there.
but the thing is, being Indonesian students in Malaysia gave me a lot of advantage because I can speak their language, I can understand what they're saying. If they they curse me or they use their own language, I understand. Yeah.
Well. Thank you, Muti, for sharing. How about KDB? Do you have any question for Muti?
Yes, I want to maybe two questions
Sure.
to
Go ahead.
Uti. The first, I want to know about is different education system in Indonesia, in the Malaysia, as you know. And the second, how about your graduation in Malaysia? As I know, if you graduation on board, if you use your license in Indonesia, you lack the penyetaraan. I don't know, something like that. And I hear when we are on board graduation. Thanks.
So, like the score, KDB?
No score. I don't know. I just hear
Penyetaraan.
ya penyetaraan kalau kita lulusan luar, kita menggunakan dari Indonesia itu ada penyetaraan. Apakah?
In English, please.
Ya, bagaimana dengan seperti itu?
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I got it. So Muti, do you may answer now?
Yes, I got it. Education system in Malaysia was very different because they used mainly from Cambridge. So all of my books were not in Malay, were not written in Malay. And yeah, it was, and all of them were like Cambridge based. So so it's very different from there, as you can see, right? So what another thing is that I could emphasize is, every semesters the books must change, be it the volume. So we never use the same book. It's always be the updated version, or maybe the lecturers use another books, so it's never the same. And in answering your questions about the how to say the graduations and the value of my graduation certificates in Malaysia and Indonesia. So actually, before you can apply abroad or overseas to any international university, you have to check with the Ministry of Education, because inside their website there is a feature where you can find whether your university is eligible. So in my case, I did that research during my bachelor degree. So it was very easy if it's listed. It means that my graduation certificate values the same with the one that you guys have back in Indonesia. So yeah, it's not an issue. It won't take long. It's probably takes like 3 months.
So there is actually an effort to make that penyetaraan ya, Muti.
Yeah, just I have to submit and then waiting for the ministry to sign it and make it.
Just for all Britzoners out there who plans to study abroad, perhaps, and please don't come to Indonesia and expect like you can just find a job or anything. You have to do something to make your ijazah work in this country, right? Okay, thank you so much, KDB, for the question. And now we are moving to Elfrida. Hi, Elfrida.
Hi, thank you, Kak Muti, for the sharing. It's really, really nice and inspiring. I would like to ask, most of Asians people say that Indonesians are good in English, but I think most Malaysians are better in English. And I want to ask you, why do you think Malaysians are better in English? what do you see in their daily life that make them better in speaking English than Indonesians? And the next question is, for a person, a shy person, maybe it's not uh, shown, yeah, but actually I'm a shy person, and I have a life principle to do everything with my own. So why do you think making connections uh, is good
Necessary.
or is useful for your success? And but actually connections, I think, is also good, yeah, for our future and career. But I just want to know your explanation more about this. Why do you think making connections is useful, and how how you make good connections with important VIP or VVIP? Because I am a shy person and I have that principle. I don't do kaka and I hate that so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Elfrida, for the question. Muti, you may answer now.
Okay, thank you, Elfrida, and thank you, Kadebi, for asking. Okay, I'm gonna answer your question. Yeah, Elfrida. So why Malaysia has a better English skills than Indonesia? So as you guys can tell, Malaysia is listed as one of the Commonwealth countries. So they have the benefits, that they were very used to even years before they, first free from British. So they were used to use the language. So there are so many languages translated from Bahasa Malaysia that is really similar to English. It's just like the Malaysian version of English, up to that level. So yeah, but not everything in English, is good. There's also a downside to that. So, and that's the downside is the real problem that they're currently having. So they don't really because they don't really speak Bahasa Melayu anymore. So now literally all of my friends speak Bahasa English, English. It's always English. So they have difficulties to understand their own languages. So I think it's one of the cons of um, of literally using English all the time. It's very different to us. It's very different. And next questions, why making connections is useful for my success is because connections will let yourself shine and to be known by people. So you just want everyone to know you, and then and after that probably they will hire you and things like that. And it's really useful because and if you want to, how to say, and connections is not all about work. You never know that who they can be in your life. They can be like your best friends, your co-workers, your managers. So making connections is a very broad thing. It has a very general advantages to you, and they were all really important to your life. So to have additional friends, while perhaps working with them as well. You never know. So how to make, and the last question is how to make with first you have to find a topic that would relate you to that person's. You have what I did was when there was a meeting with very important persons, usually they would have like a Q&A sessions, right? So who would like to ask me questions or things like that. But I didn't like that. So my way was just like after the sessions was done, I literally talk to the people like, hi, I really enjoy your sessions, and can I ask these few questions personally to you? So that's how the outside people know that, oh, okay, I was really interested in doing things like the very important persons do. So that's the connection. That's the real connections. So after getting to know him and then ask him several questions, make a really real connections with the persons. It yeah, and yeah, somehow, and most of the times they become my friends. And like, hi, can I just, share things with you? Yeah, hey, can I just ask this with you? So that's how I made friends with a lot of VVIPs. I really hope that I do answer your questions, Alfreda. That is a great answer. And that is a great question. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for the answer, Muti. So we are just in time to move to the FGD session, guys. So now I have divided everyone into 5 separate groups. And today we have 5 incredible facilitators joining us today. We have Kak Ani. Hello, Kak Ani.
Hi, Britzoners.
And also we have Kak Dina. I almost said Kak Dian.
Hello, Kak. Hello, everyone.
We have, who else do we have? We have Rini. Hi, Rini.
Hello, hello.
And we also have Denny. Hi, Denny.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
So we are going to move to the FGD session. So if you are not invited to any breakout rooms, worry not, because that means you are going to have the FGD session here in the main room, okay? So I just want to quickly remind everyone that the core value of Britzone is to speak, right? So please make sure that you speak as much as possible. You practice your English speaking skill in the breakout room, because that is the platform for you to practice, you know. So good luck and have fun, everyone. See you guys. Okay, now that almost everybody has moved to the FGD session, to the breakout rooms, I will now hand over the discussion to Kak Ani.
Okay, thank you, Rama. All right, let's just get started. Muti, maybe if you want to take rest, that's okay. Or if you want to join us with the discussion, that's also okay. All right, everyone. Yes, let's just get started. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is Ani. I will be your facilitator in this breakout room, in the main room. And yeah, let me share the question. But before, I think let's just get to know each other, even though I already know you, Dian, and KDB, but let's just do the routines. Okay, Dian, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Dian speaking from Thailand.
I thought you were going to say, yeah, I thought you were going to say Dian from heaven.
Oh, okay. I'm not dead yet. I'm pretty much alive.
That's scary. Okay, Dian. Thank you. What about you, Debbie? Hi, Debbie.
Hi. Good afternoon, but I hear Dian said good morning.
Oh, really? Where are you now?
I'm in Depok. I live in Depok and I work in Jakarta. Nice to meet you all again.
Nice to meet you too, Debbie. Thank you for coming.
Anytime.
Should I introduce myself?
Okay, go ahead.
Because we are on YouTube, so I also
yeah.
would like to say hi to everybody on YouTube. My name is Rama and I live in Tangerang.
Okay, we have Tangerang, Depok, and Thailand. What about Muti? Where are you live, Muti? Where do you live?
In Indonesia, I live in Cibubur, but now I'm in KL. Go back
you,
to work.
You live from KL?
Sorry?
KL?
Yeah, I'm now.
You are in Malaysia now?
Yeah, I'm in Malaysia now.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I think it's we don't quite different, right? To say good morning, selamat pagi.
Yeah, it's the same,
right?
It's just that selamat sore, they say it's selamat petang.
Oh,
I don't know which one is correct.
That's weird. Selamat petang. Okay. So if Indonesia we said anak senja, so in Malaysia we said anak petang.
Oh yeah, that's actually really creative. Okay, that will do.
Okay, Muti, I think we have like 25 minutes, right, in here, Rama? Okay, before we start the discussion, I'd like to say, how do you feel, Mut, so far after presenting your material?
Yeah, for your information, guys, I didn't sleep for 2 days. Only sleep like 3 days to finish all of this. You know, because I have a lot of things. I've been through a lot of things, so I need to really carefully pick out which one do I need to show with all the Britzoners. So I think my Annie also knew this when I told her, like, yeah, I just want to. I want this to be over.
But is it that you want to end it like right away after you started? No, right? Because we
No.
see that you just you just can do. It's just your worry for nothing.
Yeah, my insecurities, guys, just kick in. So
That's okay. We all have. Even now, I'm still nervous because to facilitate the discussion. When Rama said that, Kani, you will be put in the main room. Okay, I was like, oh, please don't do that. But no, I have no choice. Okay. And yeah, let's just get started.
I think that's the beauty of Britzone classes, though. It's not only the members who is able to practice their English and also public speaking skill, but also the facilitators as well as the conductor.
Yes, true. Okay, let's talk about these two questions, but basically we don't just, if we have enough time, we can cover other topic or question, but let's just answer this first. If you had any opportunities to study overseas, but in Southeast Asia, we don't talk about Europe or America, we talk about Southeast Asia. What countries that you have in mind and why is that? Maybe 𝒂𝒏𝒈 can answer this question first.
Okay. If I had any opportunities to study overseas in South Asia, I will choose maybe between Malaysia or Singapore.
Well, why is that?
Because if Malaysia, I think not too different with our country, the culture, not too far from Indonesia, and the culture not too different. My village, I mean, we are the similar Melayu, and I hear from Mutia, Malaysia is not too, is similar with we study in Indonesia.
Yeah.
And Singapore, I interested in Singapore because the Singapore is, the country is the grow up either Indonesia and Malaysia. So I interest study in Malaysia or Singapore. I think if I have opportunity to study overseas in South Asia.
Oh, that's cool, 𝒂𝒏𝒈. Yeah, it is true. Malay and Melayu, right? Is it Muti? I want to ask you. Do they say awak? I mean, if in Melayu we said like awak, right? To say hi, I.
No, in bahasa Malaysia we say saya, and awak is for you, to address you.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's it's very different.
Oh, I thought same, yeah. Because in like Melayu we said like awak, mana awak open, like when awak open it means that I don't care.
It's also the same. I mean, some of the words are the same with the one that we use in Medan. Same influence. Like they say telekung, right? I say like things like that.
Yeah. That's the fun fact that we thought that we similar, but similar to different, right?
Yeah, it's like American and British. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's how.
The opposite, yeah, sometimes. Okay. What about you, Kadian? I know that you already took your bachelor, if I'm not mistaken, in Southeast Asia, right? But if you have a chance to do the master, do you?
Well, if I had another chance, I would like to go to Brunei, maybe.
Brunei. Wow,
Yes.
that's not that's not similar. That's not like what we thought.
Yeah,
Why Brunei,
because
Kak?
my friend lives there. He's one of the lecturers in one of the universities in Brunei. It's a small country. I don't know. I just want to experience something new. Been to Malaysia, been to Singapore, but I've never been to Brunei.
And which university, Muti asked?
I haven't thought about it because I really don't plan on living in Asia. Now I'm thinking about going somewhere else.
Nah, I know where
The
to.
Netherlands, yeah.
Wow, Dian goes international, people.
So
But Dian, really, Brunei is similar to Malaysia. There's a lot silent, a lot more the natures and less, the modern side.
Yep, and I heard that if you go to Brunei, you will never see motorcycles on the road.
Yep, correct.
Yep.
Correct. And even
So-
after Maghrib, I think most of the shops are closed.
Close, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, fun fact.
Or maybe I will just go there not to study, but just to spend 3 or 4 days in Brunei to visit, to travel.
Yeah, good reason.
But the money is good though. Like the currency.
The money is good. Yeah, the money is really good. I mean, my friends makes more than what he used to get when he was still teaching in Malaysia, because he used to be a lecturer in University Sains Malaysia, USM.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I know. Yep, correct.
And he used to teach in Indonesia as well as a senior lecturer of German.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, maybe anyone want to consider Brunei after
Yeah.
Dian explanation.
Well,
Okay, and if
to marry the prince.
The prince or the princess?
The prince.
That's a different
The
thing.
handsome
Oh my goodness,
man.
I'm gonna be stoned to death.
If I have a good looking, princess looking,
Yeah.
princess looks, maybe I'll consider myself to go there to pursue pangeran handsome.
Oh, but can I ask Muti a question about Malaysia? I've had this conversation before with a Malaysian. They said that actually, when it comes to GDP and also natural resources, Indonesia is way richer than Malaysia.
True.
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 And it's like 70% of the properties in Malaysia is like owned by non-Malay. I mean, like the Chinese people. Okay.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. So that's one of the cons, guys. So you can, I mean, there's a lot of expatriates, right? So why can't they grow?
And working hours there are like longer.
Really?
Yeah, more than 8 hours. Is that true? I mean, maybe the demands are.
Yeah, the demands. Yeah, depends.
Okay. Okay, let's get to the topic. We have Tika. Tika, hi. Tika, are you here with us, Tika?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm here.
Tika, so we are having the discussion. Dian and Debbie already answered the first question. If for Dian, he chose to go to Brunei if he had a chance. For Debbie, he considered Malaysia and Singapore. What about you, Tika? which country that in Southeast Asia that you want to pursue your higher education?
Well, if I have an opportunity, I will choose Malaysia. Yeah.
Malaysia, same with Muti. Why is that?
Yeah, because I think life cost there, it's not higher than Singapore. Singapore higher than Malay, so I choose that. And then if I want to go to Thailand or Singapore, it is the center, you know. So I prefer
But is it
Malaysia.
okay? Is it true, Muti, that the living cost in Malaysia is similar to Indonesia? Is it true?
Yes, I can even, you know, pay for my monthly rental for one room. It can cost me like 300 ringgit. It's also possible like only one 1 juta 1 million rupiahs. So it depends
really?
on, yeah, it depends on you how you going to negotiate with the owners, and you know, based on your luck.
Okay. Yeah. Then it is true. The living costs, it's still affordable considered to compared to Singapore. Okay, Tika. And if you had the chance, let's say that it is true, it is coming true that you can pursue your master or a bachelor or any kind of education in Malaysia, how would you overcome the the challenges? What would you do to survive in that country?
Yeah. At first, of course, I need to use my tabungan, my money first, because the first month it will be difficult to find a job there because we not have a friend, and yeah, of course, it's almost everything new for us. So in 1 month, I will check what can I do there. Maybe I can teach or like a part-timer in a shop or something, because I need to make sure that my part-time job not disturbing my study, right? Because it's the first priority.
Okay, so it means that you have to have this huge amount of money that yeah, you can do the savings from now, Tika.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's hear from Dian. What about you, Dian? What would you do?
I will just tell you what I did actually, because when I
yeah.
came to Thailand, I only I didn't bring a lot of money.
Ooh.
I only brought like 5 million rupiah.
For real?
Yes.
And how did you survive? Like,
how did I survive? You know, I look for a job. So I went from one school to another to ask if there was like a available position in that school. Some schools say no to me, and then there was this one moment when I had a talk with one foreigner. So she told me that oh, this school is looking for a teacher, a kindergarten teacher, and you know, at the time I had no other options because I needed a job. Otherwise, you know, I would go hungry because first and it wasn't easy. So I took the chance. I took the job. I tried teaching young learners because it was my very first experience teaching young learners. Back in Indonesia, I used to teach, but I never taught young learners, and teaching the little ones is really challenging. I thought it's going to be you teaching them, no, but it turned out that I was there sitting and babysitting the kids. So I send them to the toilet, I feed them sometimes. So that's yeah. So even though I must say, strictly speaking, when you are a student in a foreign country. In some countries, rules say that you're not allowed to teach or you're not allowed to work because you're on education visa. But I still I still did that. I know I put my life at risk. I could be sent to jail if if I got caught red-handed. But still, yeah, that's it. And then it went on for 3 years, and then I completed my bachelor's degree here. Now I have a full-time job with a working permit and also a business visa.
And you said earlier that you only brought 5 million
Yes.
when you was in undergraduate.
Yeah.
And how did you pay for your tuition fee?
Oh, okay. So I made a payment in advance. Okay, for the first, I believe it was for the first semester. And then with that 5 million rupiah that I had, I tried to, okay. Sorry, my friend is talking to me. So I tried to, not to spend too much money on food. That's what I did. And yeah, try to find a job as soon as possible.
No, I think it is very you typical of people that risk taker.
Yep.
I could say, yeah. You brought only 5 million and you just okay, let's figure out later. And
but I wouldn't recommend this to everyone. I mean, maybe the fortune was on my side at the time, and this doesn't happen to anyone. So you really need to do the math. You really need to work out things, So just don't be stupid. Be careful with the steps that you take. That's it.
Yeah, but that's the bright side, right? I mean, you survive. It means that you are very adaptable with that kind of situation.
Yeah, but as long as you are willing to work hard, it's gonna be easy for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say easy, but I'd say that it will bearable.
Yep. It's more bearable, yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's hear from Debbie. Debbie, let's say that you you got the offer from one of the university in Malaysia or Singapore or Malaysia. What would you do to survive in the country?
Maybe not too different the answer Tika and Dian said. Maybe before I live in there, I tried research about like the rent the apartment, or I want to try. I hear about the homestay with the home family, something like that, to survive the country. And I will try to part-time for because I know maybe I tried to calculate my money or my saving money, how long I can wait if I don't have the income for live in that country. Maybe that I will do if I study overseas.
Yeah. It is true. I think money is the main problem, right?
Yeah,
that's
right.
the main problem and main reason for us to be survive in other countries. And I think other than that, other than financial issues, maybe we can what about the social life that you can do there in a new environment? How can you survive there in terms of the social life?
Maybe the social life, for me is not too. I'm not too interested with. I mean, I like the social life. It can be the impact to me because as from me, I just to be myself. I don't want to follow like the lifestyle. If there's someone have the iPhone, or not, I don't care about that. I just take about maybe I want to focus with I must finish my study, and I don't want to maybe not to follow the social is the make my focus is the low, something like that.
Okay, yeah, it is true that you have to be yourself, but just like Muti, I think it is also important for us to to know the culture, to get to know the culture and the people, so that we can get along with them. And yeah, we only have like 1 minute left. Maybe I want to ask Muti. So Muti, after you hear the story of these participants, what do you think, Muti?
Just do it.
As simple as that.
That's my only sentence. Like, just do it, guys, because you'll never know if you never try.
Quote of the day.
Yeah, because regretting is the most annoying thing to feel,
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agree. Okay, that's simple and powerful. Yeah, it is true that just do it. Just I think DN style, it's quite okay for me. Just just face it. You can survive. or else you can just okay, I will return back to Indonesia. Not to jail, DN. Kidding, yeah. Do the preparation, good preparation, and just do it. I think that's the best way to do it, to pursue your master or your or even if you want to travel. Yeah, I think I'll just give back the control to our MC. Sorry, MC, I don't ask you any question because we have limited time and no one wants to know about you.
Yeah, whatever.
Kidding. Okay, back to you, Ram.
Thank you, Kak Ani, for leading the FGD session in our the main room. And now, actually, we are just in time to welcome the rest of the Britzoners who came to the Zoom meeting room. Hi, everyone. How was the discussion, guys?
It was good.
It's amazing.
It was amazing. Okay, that's great to know. How about your group then? How was the discussion went?
We need more time. No, not really.
Don't say that. You already have 5 minutes.
No, not really. Well, it's interesting because, well, it turns out that Singapore is like the #1 country that people choose.
We need more time.
I actually, who said that? Who said that we need more time? Actually, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but what I heard from the main room is that people will choose to go to Malaysia or Singapore or Brunei, right? But since Kak Ani didn't ask me anything, I will just say that my my country, I will pick Thailand actually, just because I heard a lot of amazing stuff about Thailand as a free country. Means that people are very expressive there. They are very festive. I don't know if that's true or not, Kadian. Maybe you can confirm. No, I just heard some stuff, and if a lot of people are very excited about Japan and their culture and everything, I actually will choose Thailand over Japan. Just because of I saw a lot of golden statues there, or just the architecture is very festive or anything. It's just very interesting to me. I don't know if it's true or not. Okay, so let's just go to the representative time. We are just going to start from Kak Ani's group. Who is going to be the representative of the group, Kak Ani?
I choose you because I don't ask you anything.
No, I'm not a part of the discussion.
No, you are part of us. But okay, since you are the MC, I think I will choose Debbie. Kak Debbie, hi. Deb, are you there? Yes. Debbie has something interesting to share with us. Go ahead, Kak Debbie.
Okay, I think Dian, you will choose, but you choose me. Because I just a little speak up. Okay.
That's okay.
Okay,
You can
Debbie, we love to
practice.
hear you.
Okay, I will summary our discussion. Remember, is our discussion is the Rama, Dian, and Tika. And the question is, wait a second. The first, if you had any opportunities to study overseas in Southeast Asia, what will it be? I choose Malaysia or Singapore. And Dian choose Brunei. And Tika choose Singapore because we choose that country. Maybe the country is not too different culture with Indonesia. And second, the living cost not too different with our country. But in Brunei, Mutia said the live cost higher in our country. And the question next is, imagine yourself study overseas, what you do to survive to the country. If I get the opportunity study overseas to survive, I will do maybe before I chose to live in the country, I will choose make the trap for living costs, like I will survive like how many rents to rent apartment, how many costs to pay food, and transportation, what I used to use in my study. And the second, I will saving my money. They're similar with the Tika said, because for we come to the newcomer in the country, we'll sure hard to find the job because we are a foreigner in that country. And maybe the next I will show part-time job, because to get the current job is hard because we still study, and we choose part-time maybe to not disturb our study. That is our discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Kak Debbie, for summarizing the whole discussion we had in the main room, yeah. And now let's go back to Denny. Then, who is going to be the representative of your group?
Okay, so well, we are agreed that 𝒂𝒑𝒏𝒆𝒚 will be our representative for today. 𝒂𝒑𝒏𝒆𝒚, you met 𝒂𝒑𝒏𝒆𝒚 before. He is on our offline class last week. So,
oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
hi, Zaki.
Hi.
Which one is Zaki?
Hi.
Here's Zaki.
Sorry, for some reason I can't turn on the camera.
Oh yeah, I remember Zaki. Okay, Zaki. How was the discussion in your group?
I think it was really interesting because I think we four choose that Singapore is the best destination to go to study. I mean, almost four of us chose Singapore, but I had a quite tough time to choose because in my mind I had Thailand and Singapore, but eventually I chose Singapore because there are more opportunities there and the people are more, there are various types of people there, from Indian, from Malay, from Indonesia, from maybe East Asia like Korea and South Korea and Japan, not the North one, I think. And also some bullets there as well. Yeah, I think it's more challenging. And also we get asked about how to thrive there. I mean, well, I am not a native Jakartan, so I'm used to stand on my own feet here, and I get the experience firsthand. The time was running up back then, and Gandhi and also Denny and and Amira unfortunately didn't have the opportunity to answer the second question. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
Okay then. Thank you, Zaki, for concluding the FGD session in your group. And now we are going to Kak Sophia's group. Hi, Kak Sophia. You're still on mute.
Hi, Rama. I'm sorry. Yeah, I already clicked the unmute myself, but I don't know why it's not working.
Always happen.
Okay, so sorry. So sorry, guys. Okay, so I had a great discussion with Joe. Sorry, not Jojo. With Joe and Cheche and Rizky and also Dika.
Okay, so who is going to represent the group?
Okay, it will be Cheche.
Hi,
Hello,
Cheche.
Cheche. Are you here?
Hi.
Oh, your
everyone.
nickname is Cheche. I'm so sorry we called you Elfrida before.
Yeah,
So
it's
Cheche,
difficult to call
would you
me.
mind to explain to us how did the discussion in your group went?
Yeah, our group members, Kelatan members.
Yeah.
We vote for
So-
Singapore.
I divided the group and I named the group with the what is it? Negara bagian in Malaysia. So how was your group?
Nice. It's new information for us about Kelantan. Thank you, Rama.
Okay. So how did the discussion?
Most of Kelantan's members say Singapore. If we want to continue our study, it will be Singapore because even though it's a small, very small country, even smaller from Jakarta, but it has a lot of foreigners living and working there. So we think we have a great chance to meet people from all over the world, from many countries, by just living in or visiting Singapore. So we can have friends and connections and relationships with people. We don't have to go to Europe. We don't have to go to US or Australia. We can meet people from those countries by just be in Singapore. And also it's a not developing countries, but I think Singapore already has titled as a developed country, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, the salary there is also good. So if we manage to work in Singapore, we can have high salary. That's from our opinion.
Okay.
Also, one member say Indonesia is a great country also for engineering. To study engineering, there's no other country in Southeast Asia better than Indonesia. Yay!
Yay! Well, that's great point actually. Thank you so much, Kak Cheche, for pointing out what has been discussed in your group. So I realize that many people who choose Singapore just because they would like to experience the international travel experience that Muti mentioned previously. You know, living in Singapore, you can meet people from any ethnicities, any backgrounds. That's actually a great point. Thank you so much, Sophia's group. And now we are moving to Dina. Hi, Kak Dina.
Hello, Kak Rama.
So how was the discussion?
It was very explorative. I guess some of them
Okay.
have that in mind as their goal, and some of them are just put that as an imagination. But we got a fun discussion. And from our
Okay.
group, we got Kak Alfrida to represent our group. Kak Alfrida, are you there?
Hi, Kalfrida.
I'm sorry I can open my camera right now, but I try to represent the question about our discuss.
Alfrida, I'm so sorry. I think your voice is very low. Your sound is very low.
Okay, how about now, Kak?
Can you speak again?
Okay, how about now, Kak?
Okay, much better.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so nervous. Okay.
No, don't be.
Okay. But I try to representation about our discuss. We have 4 person there. We have Kak Dina, Kak Aldi, and also Kak Nina, and also me. Okay. First, for the first discussion, we talk about which country we have choose when we imagine we okay. Okay. We all have different answer by people. 2 people choose Singapore because even though there is small country, but they have economical condition better than other country. When people choose Malaysia, that is me, because Malaysia have Islamic culture than Asian country, other Asian country, and Kak Dina choose Thailand because she want to explore there. Correct me if I wrong, Kak. Okay. Okay, I think enough. Thank you, Kak.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Alfrida, for summarizing the whole discussion in your group. Thank you so much. And then we are moving to Rini's group. Hi, Rini.
Hi, Rama.
So,
Okay, so in my group, there's Kak Yasrin, Kak Yin, Kak Sarah, and Tegar. Yeah, we have a lot of fun, but we're running out of time. But yeah, we agreed to appoint Kak Yasrin as our representative. So Kak Yasrin, you shall go now.
okay, Kak Yasrin, go on.
Okay, hello, is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So our discussion running great, but we don't even realize that the time plays so fast. But actually, I'm not a good listener, so I cannot remember each word that you told to me, guys. But actually, for the conclusion is some of us want to go to Singapore and Malaysia, of course, because that country really close to Indonesia, so maybe the culture will be quite same with Indonesia, and also the languages.
Oh, I think we lost Kak Yasrin. Hi, Kak Yasrin. Oh no, we lost Kak Yasrin. Okay, so many in the in Rini's group would like to go to Singapore to pursue study, yeah? Is that true?
Yes, that's true. Maybe Kak Iin atau Kak Sarah, do you want to add some points maybe?
Hi, Sarah. It's great to meet you here.
Hello, hello.
Where
Oh my
have you
God, I was
been?
hoping to stay in the background. Okay, so
You cannot, Sarah, I'm just telling you, you cannot stay in the background with that cat picture. You will always be noticeable.
that's true. Okay, that's my mistake. Anyways, as Yasrin was saying, most of us wanted to go to Singapore, although one of us actually decided to not go anywhere because Oh, I'm not saying names. So yeah, they decided not to go anywhere because college life isn't for them. So they prefer like an informal education. So I'm guessing they would prefer like a summer school type of thing or internship. Okay, that's the first question. The second question, it's kind of funny because I thought of zombie apocalypse, since it says like, what do you do to survive a country? Like, what's going on there? Is there a zombie apocalypse or anything? But anyways, the highlight of our discussion is that first we need to do some research on their culture, so there won't be a culture shock, or maybe minimize the culture shock. And then the second thing is we can always adapt, but make sure that it aligns with your morals well, because you don't want to to be conflicted with yourself when it comes to morals. And yeah, just adopt. And if there was a zombie apocalypse, you could always grab something as a weapon. Yep.
Okay, so before deciding to pursue like a nice country to have your study, aside from choosing the university, you also have to recognize the difference between the country and Indonesia, ya Kak Sarah.
Of course, yeah.
Including customs and everything, so that we can minimize the culture shock and also we can adapt to the country better. That's actually a great point. Thank you,
And
Kak
also
Sarah.
the language barrier as well.
Also the language, of course. Thank you. And I think that's all of the groups, right? That's all of the groups that we have. So nice work, everyone. Thank you so much for being such a great sport for today. And now I will hand over the discussion to Kak Muti, back to Kak Muti to deliver her closing statement.
Thank you, Rama. Closing statement. My only advice is just to just do it. Just do it before it's too late. And regretting things is the most annoying feeling that I've ever felt. So, and if you don't try it, you'll never know. So just try it, do it.
Yeah.
That's all what I want to say. Thank you, Rama.
Very well said. If you have a dream, just go do it, because that's the only way that you can live a life with no regret, right? Muti, thank you so much for sharing with us about your life for the past 6 years of living in Malaysia. It was such a great and interesting topic, and I hope that the topic will inspire everyone who would like to pursue higher education in other countries as well. So before we are going to close the whole meeting, I just would like to. We have Britzone Festival in a few weeks. Actually, I think we are already opening the registration. We have several competition there, including speech as well as public speech and singing competition. So if you think that you have the talent, you have what it got to become the next champion, please do check our Instagram and register yourself. And also, I would like to in our kitchen. So next week we are going to have like a very special class. It's not going to be similar with this online class or the offline class that we usually run. Like the last week, we have a very different class to do. So please make sure to come next week. Please make your time to have the class with us, okay? And I also would like to inform everyone that you are very welcome to give us any idea on the topic. So if you feel like you want to, yes, Kak Jordan, it will be run offline, the next week's class. So feel free to inform us if you have any idea about what kind of topics do you want to have in Britzone, you can directly text me. You know, you got my number, right? Or anyone in Britzone. So feel free, and we are very welcome to any ideas. And now it's time to we're not going to talk about Sambo in our class. Okay, it's not fun enough. We are going to take a picture together. So please do open your camera because we are going to take the picture. Okay, the picture will be taken in 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you so much everyone for coming to our class.
That's it? Only once? You don't want to take?
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
No, we only have one picture in our Saturday class. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Muti.
Thank you, Mutiara.
And we will see you in our next week class, okay? Please make time to visit us in Jakarta. Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, Karama. Thank you, Kamuti.
Yeah,
See you in the next class.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much for the experience. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Gandhi. Thank you, Almira.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, Rizky.
Gandhi.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye, YouTube.
That's cute little one.
Thank you, YouTube.
We're still live, by the way.
Rama having trouble nge-freeze dengan gaya ya, Ram. Yeah, it's a wrap, Muchi. But let's wait for the live.
Oh, wait, we're still live.